Today, our verse is Luke chapter 18, verse 2. He said, "In a certain city there was a judge who neither feared God nor respected man." Jesus tells this parable to show the need to pray and never lose heart. The parable has generally been titled the parable of the unrighteous judge and the persistent widow. The widow sought justice against her adversary, but the judge refused her. Our verse tells us the reason why the judge was unjust or unrighteous and refused to attend to this widow. The judge neither feared God nor respected man, respected a human being. What does it mean to fear God and respect human beings? In the Old Testament, Yare means to fear, revere, honor, or respect. So to fear God was to honor and give him due reverence. Let us look at some examples of what it meant to fear God. Abraham is said to have feared God for not withholding his son Isaac when God asked him to sacrifice his son. Genesis 22 verse 12. Therefore, to fear God was to obey his word. The person who fears God is trustworthy and hates bribe. Exodus 18 verse 21. The person does no wrong to another. Leviticus 25 verse 17. The person who fears God keeps his commandments. Deuteronomy 6 24. And what the Lord requires from his people is to fear the Lord your God, to walk in all his ways, to love him, to serve the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Deuteronomy 10 12. Therefore, the person who fears the Lord loves and keeps his commandments, obeys his voice, serves and holds fast to him. Deuteronomy 13 verse 4. When Jesus says that this judge had no fear of God, it means that he was not keeping the commandments, nor listening to the voice of God. He is not trustworthy, takes bribes, and does wrong to his fellow human beings. The judge's action of not fearing God extends to the way he treated his fellow human beings. Hence, he had no respect for the human being, particularly the widow. The law is also unambiguous concerning the widows and vulnerable in society. You shall not mistreat any widow or fatherless child. Exodus 22 verse 22. And the book of Deuteronomy says, "Cursed be anyone who perverts the justice due to the sojourner, the fatherless, and the widow." Deuteronomy 27 verse 19. This judge broke the commandments by mistreating the widow, a vulnerable person who should be speedily cared for. When we look at our world today, who are those who are often thrown behind bars for minor offenses? The poor and vulnerable, I suppose. How do we justify the government of Nigeria pardoning two ex-governors convicted of stealing billions of naira belonging to the state, while there are many innocent persons and in some cases people who committed very trivial offenses still held in prison? Here we see the injustice of the powerful against the vulnerable and the poor. What about our law courts? Can we say judges consider the vulnerable like the widows when they come before them? Can we say our judges have a fear of God, not taking bribes and subverting justice? But what about you? How do you treat the vulnerable people around you? Lord, open our eyes to the vulnerable people around us and give us the grace to treat them with love, respect, and fear of God. Amen. God bless you. Have a lovely day.